Hey guys, today we're going to maintenance wash the Chevy Silverado. In the process, I'm going to give you some little tricks and tips on how to take care of the tires, some interior glass. Also, I'm going to show you a little bit of advice on some training processes.
All right, Joe, what we got in the works today, man?
We got the Chevy Silverado. This is another maintenance. So we're going to do...
The black truck, yeah?
Yeah, big black truck. Yeah, exterior wash, wax, throw some bead maker on it, wheel wells, rims, tires.
What are you putting on the tire?
The tire's getting the degreaser because it looks like there's a lot of grime on here. So we're gonna hit the degreaser on here, let it do its thing for a second. Then we're gonna hit it with our brake buster. Come back through with the brake buster and then do the thorough clean. If you notice, you can see it right now. You see all this grime, all this discoloration, where it kind of has like a yellow haze. That's from brake dust and grime on the road. And then if I give it a quick spray right now, you'll notice some of that come off. See the color?
Yeah.
The color of it running off. And that's simply by the degreaser. So it's just a process. But what we do is we spray it on, we let it dwell, and then we throw the brake buster on over that. So as we're cleaning the rim, this is still working underneath the surface.
Can you see that bottle real quick? Just so people know what it's...
Yeah, this is Enviro Clean. It's a Enviro Clean, biodegradable cleaner degreaser.
Got it.
By P&S. To penetrate the bugs, I'll let that sit also, and then I'll foam the car, and I'm leaving this under the foam. Let it dwell. The longer it dwells, the better. This is a great product for beginners to use as well, because you can use it as a wheel cleaner as well and tire cleaner, because it doesn't have any acid in it and you don't have to worry about it ruining any tires or rims. Acid is harsh, so it can start to break down, you know, the rubber and other areas of the vehicle, some materials. So now we're just gonna go through, clean the rims. This has a lot of buildup. You can see these different colors coming out of here.
So different colors means it's breaking down something?
Yeah, it's probably brake dust or grime, grease, oils, you know, just residues from the road. These big knuckles in here hold a lot of dirt and grime also, so you guys gotta kind of work this a different way in order to get all that out, work it all out. So this one I might have to hit an additional time. Oh no, we're good. Wheels are taking us a little longer than expected, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock this off. If you notice, all the bugs are being removed just by that degreaser. The heavy ones will be on there, we'll have to scrub out, but we're looking at about 90% of them removed already.
Got it.
For certain types of rims, some brushes I have are longer, some are shorter, some are wider. Sometimes I'll cut the bristle so it's a nice stiffer brush to get into areas that are stubborn and need a little bit more leverage to pull stuff up. But this one has some nice long spokes, so it's able to get in there nicely, remove all that. If you notice my technique, and if you see the beginner technique, I make sure that he's doing stuff that's easy for him. He's tall, so I'm taking advantage of his height. He has the washing wand also, so he has even more reach. I'm getting the lower half of the vehicle with this guy. I'm not contaminating anything by bringing it up to the top where he's touching. Then I'm gonna flip it over and do the very bottom of the areas. Front bumper, all the grimy, heavy areas. All right guys, I'm gonna show you a quick tip on how we get the best coverage on large vehicle tires, off-road tires like this. So vehicles like this, you have these large knuckles that are very difficult to get in. You could be here all day trying to get your tire shine in here with the applicator. Don't waste any more time. Time is money, guys. So what I have here is I have Stoner's Car Care More Shine. This is an aerosol can. I always carry it with me for if I have to do multiple vehicles or those 1 hour washes that I do for our buddies over at the tire shops. What I do is for these knuckles, instead of trying to go through, instead of doing this, which is the normal process, and doing this, trying to get all this in here, forget that. No more of that. Take this stuff here. You just hit the knuckles with it. Just these big knuckles. So now those are shined up. Then you can continue with your normal method. And this is a water base, so it's gonna dry clear. All that white will dissipate and it'll dry clear. But now you have nice even coverage throughout the whole tire.
Hey Joel, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You know, you're training employees 1 week in. What advice do you have for detailers who want an employee but don't know how to start, don't know how to pay? You don't gotta break it down by detail, but what's overall advice?
Try to get a family member first. Try to get somebody, because the approach is a big key. Because if you don't have experience in management or training, then sometimes your approach can come off as, you know, maybe pushy or maybe too light. If you get somebody that understands your personality and what you're trying to get across, they're not going to get offended, they're not going to get upset. So if you have a family member, you know, a brother, sister, little cousin, or somebody, you know, a teenager, that's what I started out. It was actually my my fiance's brother, and then my brother, who I forgot to mention in the last video. Shout out to them, Joseph and Yael. Thank you for all the hard work that you guys put in at the very beginning of the grind. These were my first 2 employees, and they really gave me a crash course of how I should, you know, approach things when it came to detailing. I had management, you know, experience in the past, but as far as with detailing, it's loud. You got a lot of machine. There's a lot going on, so you can't have somebody, you know, telling you, oh, don't yell at me. You have to yell to get over. You have the sound of a generator, a vacuum, a steamer, you know, compressed air, polishers. You got a lot going on, so you need somebody you can really talk to and be like, hey, this over there, this over there. You know, you're almost giving orders at the same time. You know, so somebody who's not going to be, you know, someone with thick skin, and somebody who understands what you're trying to do, and really, you know, let them know, okay, we're here to do a certain job, and in order for us to do it in this amount of time, this is the only way I know how to do it. If there's any feedback, take it from them. Really use that feedback, because they're going to tell you, you know, later on if they don't work out, or if, you know, if you're just using them for, you know, just for experience, they'll be able to give you some really good feedback as far as whoever comes in next, how you can approach them and really be, you know, be a more of effective manager and leader, you know, on site with these vehicles.
That's something I learned as well, training people. You gotta go through a couple people first to really figure out your style.
Oh yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
but all right,
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah. Approach is everything when you want to bring the best out of people, because you want them to be happy, you want them to be motivated, and you want them to be, you want them to enjoy their job. At a certain point, once my employees get to a certain level and I feel like they're okay, and there's almost becomes a time where we don't even have to speak, where everything's done so systematically, and that's a great place to be in. And at that point, I let my employees put their headphones on and do their own thing. And at that point, when you have headphones on and you're working and you're in your own zone, you don't have your boss over your shoulder telling you anything, that's when you get the best results from them, because they're working and they're in a zone and they're happy. They're all you have to do at that point is just keep encouraging them and pay them, and give them those incentives. The harder they work, the more money they make. And I think for me, that's been the biggest key with any kind of training and development. All right, guys, so you saw how we did the maintenance wash on this Chevy Silverado back here. Hope some of those tips and tricks helped you out. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Also, if you guys have any questions or you guys want a little advice, just hit me on the line. Check on the description below. Click in for some one-on-one consulting.